What is up, guys? It's your boy Speed here, and today we're going to look at PSG LGD versus Elephant. Specifically, we're going to spend less than 10 minutes looking at 5 different clips, and I'm going to show you what pros do that you don't. Why are they so much better than you? Maybe you don't think they're so much better than you, but they are. And let's take a look at why. But before we get into it, couple things: smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and in the description is a link to my Twitch channel. Follow it up. I'm going to be streaming soon. I just got back from vacation, so I'm very pumped. Guys. By the way, I'm also going on a date. Cannot wait for the date. And then we're going to stream as well. Life's great. It's a great life. We're all going to become the best versions of ourselves, guys. And by the way, guys, if you want to become absolutely broken, well, what you need to do is sign up to the gameleap website down below right now. The reason why you should do that is because every single day we post a new video there. Content that you simply just will never get on YouTube, we post every single day to the website. It's really top tier stuff. I'm very proud of what I make over there. We also have other creators, many of my great friends who are top tier Dota players, creating guides about different heroes, different roles, different items, skill builds, talent builds, everything you need to know to get to the next rank. So if you feel a little bit lost, you're a little bit stuck, click the link down below. I'll see you guys there. And now, let's get into the video. Coming in at number 1, the best way to make people do dumb shit is to dive a tower. Now, specifically, the way you dive it is what's important about this clip. So they end up getting a puck pickoff. This puck pickoff allows this mid dive to be good. You also have to consider that LGD, when they dive this mid tower, are on the same page and have brought every single hero at the 9-minute mark. Now, you might be thinking then, Speed, should I ever dive mid-tower in my pubs? And the answer is yes, if your team happens to collapse like this. But 9 out of 10 times, people, what they'll do is they'll kill that puck, keep going, and slowly die to the tower. They'll just feed away their advantage. Instead, they kite out, they wait for the cold snap comes up, they kill off the Shadow Demon, that Shadow Demon kill turns into a Doom kill on the side. Next assassin's like, oh, I better save my Shadow Demon. He TP's in, right? This is a pro. He TP's in, he just feeds. You're like, oh, surely it just ends there. Well, now that they have 5 heroes mid, they're going to take the mid tower. Puck decides I have to defend mid tower, kills himself as well. And the moral of the story here is that what pros do better than you when it comes to tower dives is it's fast. It's fast and it's coordinated. In pubs, you might be saying, Speed, I can't do that. It doesn't happen. Sometimes it does. The best way to make it happen in the pubs is one of 2 ways. Smoke a deceit with your entire team, or number 2, just don't do it, or do it with 1 or 2 teammates. And if the enemy team mass TPs in, get out, and you've created plenty of space. This next clip we're about to watch is actually insane. The way PSG LGD plays this fight goes to show how much foresight these players actually have in these team fights. What I mean by that is, if they want to go on Death Prophet, what does LGD have to account for, guys? What do they have to think about? The main thing they have to think about is Puck's counter initiation, Nick's counter initiation, but most importantly, if they're going to try to burst someone, which they have a lot of bursts, they have Sanking ulti, Hoodwink ulti, Invoker combo, they need to worry about, most importantly, Shadow Demon save. And so how can they force Shadow Demon save without overcommitting on it? Because that is when saves are the best. Abilities like Snowball, Disruption, False Promise, and Shallow Grave are best used, are strongest when the enemy team hard commits on one target. So LGD, I'm sure, without even strictly communicating it with, which, you know, maybe they did, slow plays this. What I mean by that is they're going to go on the Death Prophet. This is the frontliner, this is the hero that wants to soak the damage and get disrupted. So they lead off with the Cold Snap into Spirit Vessel, start to chip him down. What does Sanking do? Sanking stuns him. He pings, he stuns him. What does he do next? He walks away. He doesn't channel ulti, he doesn't run into the enemy team and try to soak the damage. He runs away, even though he has a Yules and a hood. Why? Because he's trying to just bait a spell and reset the fight. And what do you know? FY kind of takes the bait there. I even think it was probably a bit of a mistake on his end. I get it. I mean, it's basically an impossible situation for FY, right? It's like, let this guy get hit by the EMP and then, what, he can't Yules. He's basically dead then. Or just not use it and save it for the next set of spells. But he decides to disrupt now. What does that do? It allows Zing Q on the Hoodwink to set up for AW. Now he comes back in on the Sanking, and it's an extremely easy fight. So I watched that clip and I'm like, good lord, that is so much foresight to bait out the Shadow Demon ulti, to slow play that fight, and dominate Elephant. The next clip I want to look at from the perspective of Invoker. PSG LGD has recently popped a smoke, they got some timings, they're 7k ahead, and yet they still play this fight in a very interesting way that most players simply would not have done. So they initiate here, they were looking for the DP, unfortunately didn't get her, and instead Nyx Assassin makes an incredible play, breaks the smoke, comes out, hits a 2-man stun, that's going to be followed up by a 2-man Dream Coil into silence, and so what should we look at from Nothing to Say? What he does, with very little hesitation, is runs away. The reason why he does this is he knows the follow-up is coming. He doesn't panic and go on the Nyx, he runs away. And the main point here, the main way you should look at this is, anytime your team gets a bad jump, generally it means you should just get out. He does go for a Cold Snap Orchid Spirit Vessel onto the Nyx Assassin, to be fair, right? But other than that, he's running away, and almost completely runs away. And keep in mind, this is with them having a 7k net worth lead. And by the way, Sand King did the same exact thing. So once again, the right way to think about it is a bad jump when your team gets jumped first in the mid to late game. You should just almost always reset, get the waves in, and look for the next fight. Vision and the initiation is generally what dictates these fights. On top of that, I love this play from Sand King because of the fact that he did not overcommit. He's able to go in from the side and kill off the puck with the help of a Sunstrike. The next concept is the concept of run away from the big spell. Let's play a game, guys. What spells the big spell on Elephant? Well, considering I have the clip running on Death Prophet, you probably answer it correctly. It's Death Prophet ulti. It's Exorcism. Now, is Doom a big spell as well, and should you run away from Doom? Yeah, sort of. Sort of, it's a fair point, but the majority of Elephant's damage is going to come out from the Exorcism of the DP. It's similar to a hero like Terrorblade or Void if Void is playing carry, or Sven if Sven used God Strength. These are the type of spells that certain heroes do not function without. For instance, Arc Warden, you can't really kite out his ulti, that's not a thing. Sand King, meh. Void if he's a carry, yeah. Invoker, not really. So you're not going to be playing this kite in and out type of Dota. Generally, if you commit to a fight, it's fine to commit to a fight. You don't have the opportunity to waste the enemy team's time by kiting out a big spell. In this clip here, they go on the DP, right? Bit of a panic situation from the Sand King, who ends up getting doomed, and the Void Chronos. Void Chronos, but there's not proper follow-up, so what do you think LGD does? Similar to the last fight. They kill off the Nyx, Sand King dies, right? Sand King dies, and they run away. They run away. And they're 11k ahead, and they run away. There's no Doom, there's no Exo, Nyx bought back, they run away. And that's the thing though, like, I hope you guys can see how hard that is actually to do. It sounds really simple when I explain it, and hopefully my explanation gives you a better idea of how to do this type of thing and have the foresight to actually do it. But that's what makes a pro a pro. All together, basically at the same time, they run away. And last, but certainly not least, which is literally the last fight of the game, LGD is going to go high ground. And I just want to talk about their overall movement. It kind of relates to the last point. It's actually very similar in a lot of regards. But if you want to become the best Dota player, right, you want to become broken, what you need to do is exactly this. They're going high ground, they're letting their guys siege. Pretty standard Dota 101. Not for most of us, apparently. Every time I see someone go high ground, his whole team dives. Even in my recent Immortal game, oh my god, guys, I cannot even explain. I'm playing Medusa. I go high ground, I have an Aegis. They can't kill me. The enemy team cannot touch me. I have an Aegis. I'm like giga farmed, right? 5k ahead the enemy TA or whatever. My team is diving. I'm the only one alive. They all die. I'm like, guys, I can't move because the enemy team had a Pengo. I'm just getting disarmed and such, and they're diving. Don't dive if you have a siege hero. Force the enemy team in. Especially in a game like this where the enemy team does not have good D-shove, they don't have a sniper or Zeus. They do have some okay long-range nukes, but nothing crazy. LGD has the advantage in this situation. When you have Aegis, you want to kite out. Do not force the fight into the enemy base. That's how you die to Exo. That's how you die to Doom. That's how you die to DP ulti and that's how you die to Puck ulti and such. So because of this, Elephant feels the need to jump. Right? Clearly, Elephant's like, okay, they're literally going to slow siege us because they know what they're doing. It's LGD. We have to jump, they go on the Doom, and which direction does everyone run? I'm going to play that back. Which direction does everybody run? Fight broke out, most people go in. LGD, let's look at this clip, does what? They all go backwards. They all go backwards, right? Even the Sand King kites out on the side. To be fair, he's coiled. But you get the point. They wait. They wait. They kite out. Because they kite out, DP is like, I can't burn my ulti again. I have to go in. I cannot get my ulti kited again. We will lose. So he YOLOs in, but because it's not on his high ground, his team cannot really save him. Right? They're not in a position to save him, and he just dies. And yeah, that's going to be the end of this game and video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I like making these a lot where I just go over certain types of clips. I think they're very educational and informational, as well as like, I just love the idea of like analyzing really what makes someone extremely good at this game, because that's always fascinated me from the beginning. But nonetheless, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and I'm out. Peace. And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the GameLeap website, where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.